Oh god. Bit new for me. Let's just reduce that. I'm streaming, but of course I can't actually see anything. Okay, we are live, I think. Yes, I know, go away. Right. I think we're good. Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix and welcome to another little Minecraft test stream. I will be doing stuff. I think we're good. Right. Okay, I'm gonna just drop my own audio down a bit because that's probably going to cause some problems. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. So, what's going on? Right. Welcome to the FTB Infinity server. This is the carbonated gaming server. We've got a skyblock server, an infinity server. I believe there's a Pixelmon server knocking around, really goes on to it. But if you're really into Pixelmon, we do that as well. I am an admin on the server. A small note, which basically means that I am visible, so I can actually do stuff. The guy that basically tries and skives off from doing anything and just messes around with my own stuff, essentially. So stuff. What am I going to do today? Well, okay, should probably do a reactor showing for those of you that watch this afterwards for my various reactor stuff, and we'll have a look at bees, and I'll go a little bit more in detail on bees, and what's the other thing? I'd quite like to start in the caves as well, so I can get some bats. I'm doing an awful lot of stuff at the moment that's a work in progress, very much so. So for example, with the replicator, all that really needs is power and scrap. So it's just something that's going to take a little bit of time. 2 more iridium plates, and I'll have the first of the pieces for the wrench. So yeah, as you can see, there's an awful lot of stuff that's in progress. I think one of my bees was due to come off in a second. Let's just have a look at that one. When the sun goes down, that'll be that. Right, let's build stuff, because building stuff is basically what I'm never really able to do on videos, because I don't know, I just never end up doing it. So, basic plan. I need bats for the wool of bat, which is part of the witchery. If I go into my achievements. Somebody's actually watching this. Hello, somebody who's watching this. Skyblock, here we go. So, the Elven Gateway Core. So I'm working on this one, I'm working on that one. Also working on Gendustry. And sort of on the wings as well. The problem with the wings is that I do need the crafting bench, the dire crafting bench, which again, this is another work in progress project. The crystal matrix ingots, I need 4 more of those, which they are a little bit expensive. They do require nether stars, so I need 7 more nether stars, and for that yeah, it just goes on forever and ever, really. I've got no wither skulls there. So I need wither skulls or skeleton skulls. I've got neither at the moment, so yeah, that's that. So, let's go and build stuff. Right, sorry about all the ums and the likes. I'm just kind of trying to think through what I'm actually doing. So, reactors, that's what I should really start with. So these are the reactors as it stands. Quite a lot of this is some of this is logistics pipes and some of this is item ducts. I've used a hardened retriever here to pull the quad fuel rods out of the reactor chambers. So when these get depleted, the depleted cells get pulled out automatically into the chest. And I do want to make it so that on the other side of things, when it's got space, it's going to drop in a quad fuel rod. Now, the logistics pipes are so that I can craft the components that I need on the fly. So, if this wants quad fuel rods and I don't have any quad fuel rods in central storage, the system will just automatically craft it. And to do this, I need to refill that reactor now. To do that, I've filled in all the little gaps with the reactor heat vents. I need to grab my box, and I need to grab my armor stand. Grab my armor stand? No, my hazmat suit, because obviously this stuff is radioactive. And I should have been making quite a lot of these quad fuel rods. A lot of my systems are still very much in the midst of production. But let's just turn that back up to 360 tick. I'm going to need to make some more fuel rods actually. So I've filled all of the gaps with these reactor heat vents, which will basically mean that when the system asks for the quad fuel rod, it will only put them in the specific spaces, because if you've got a space free, it will go to the first one that it sees, which might very well be the wrong place. So you've got to fill them all up with something. I've used reactor heat vents because they're not going to have any impact on how this actually runs. The reactor heat vents don't take heat from components, they take heat from the reactor itself. So if I had a core temperature of 1%, for example, it would actually pull the temperature right back down again. So basically these things don't do anything at all. That's basically what I'm saying. Right, so I need to get back into my semi-quantum gear. And not try and fly in my hazmat suit, because I can't do that yet. Right, so yeah, this is semi-quantum gear. So helm and quantum suit body armor. The body armor gives you the jetpack, and the helmet gives you the night vision. I've then got the nanosuit leggings because I haven't made the quantum suit version of it yet. And some enchanted void boots. So these are going to give me warping all the time, so I can get some rather nasty warp effects, essentially. Right, so let's get some bits and pieces going. I didn't really prepare anything for this. Well, I prepared a basic idea of what I was going to be doing, and I need to now gather all the bits that I need. Right, so I need some carpenter's blocks, which are there. If anybody's wondering, the music in the background is the Portal OST because, well, I would play something like Fuel, but YouTube can be a little bit funny about copyrighted music, and it's just such a pain to deal with it. I've got the Portal OST on. Well, it's the Portal 2 OST, it's the 2 disc. So we're on disc 2, which is the Portal 1 version. Well, let's have
This was a triumph. I'm
right.
making a note
I also
here.
need...
Huge success.
I need some slopes,
It's
don't I,
hard to
for around the air vents.
overstate
Look,
my
I haven't actually talked about my plans yet. So I want to have a cave system
science.
underneath the island.
We do
And this
what
cave
we
system
must
is going to
because
include
we
a
can.
mine shaft
For the
where I can
good
run
of all
rails down.
of us, except
So,
the ones
you know,
who are
it's
dead.
essentially
But there's no
a
sense
slightly more
trying
aesthetic
over
way of
every
getting
mistake.
from
You
the top of
just
the island to
keep
the bottom
on
of it.
trying
You can
to
have some rails going
remember.
through like an abandoned
When
mine
the
shaft type
science
of thing,
gets
and then
done
all the way
and
down
the need gone for the people who are
into
still
a mine
alive.
shaft itself down at Y.
I'm not even angry. I'm being so
Right, so-
sincere right now.
Light level 3 or
Even
less.
though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces
There's no that.
and threw every piece into a pile.
Squid balls, which we did.
As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you.
3.
Now these points of
So
data
what I can
make
do
a
here
beautiful
is start
line,
building
and
my
we're out
cave
of
system.
data. We're releasing
Right up.
on time. So
What I'm
I'm
building
glad I
is
got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are
get
still
some
alive.
And I could just have a box room, but that's
Go
fun.
ahead and leave me.
So,
I think I
unless I
prefer
can bait
to
them. There's
stay
a load of
inside.
baits from
Maybe
fish
you'll
trap,
find
baits,
someone
bait.
else to help you.
You can get squid bait from Mexican.
Maybe Black Mesa.
Yeah, that's
That was a joke. Haha, that chance.
and then I can have some other stuff down there as well.
This cake is great. It's so delicious and moist. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look up there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run. There is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive.
It's a bit of a new thing. Well, it's not.
Doing science and
I
I'm
used to
still alive.
streams
I feel
on
fantastic and I'm
but
still alive. While you're dying, I'll be still
doing it by YouTube
alive.
means that people
And when you're dead, I will
sub to
be
me
still
know when I'm
alive.
streaming. Whereas
Still alive.
Twitch, you've just got another service
Still
that people
alive.
need to know about, which is
This
a bit
was a
annoying.
triumph.
Yeah, hold on, I'll just skip the trap.
I'm making a note here.
Let's go to science is fun, apparently. Right, what am I doing? Oh yeah. I'll start it with cobblestone and later on make a concrete tray. Over to smooth stone. Or I can cover it up with smooth stone. The idea of the air shafts, which is why I make these patches to have some ways down into the mines without necessarily to go via a railway network. So literally, if I do just need to get down into the mines or something, I can open up the nearest air vent. Can't hear me. Boom. I do want a little bit of music in the background because it's a bit dull, but And this is why I do test streams. Because stuff happens. It's showing that on my I'm gonna just pause music for a sec. It's showing on my OBS that it's the mic is picking up, but it's a little bit strange. I know the mic is a little bit more quiet, but it's it kind of all balances out in okay. Excellent. Right. Evidently, all I needed to basically do was turn the music off for some reason. Okay. Well, let's go with it. So yeah, caves, systems, and night has fallen, and crazy stuff. And I'm just going to attempt to move the mic a little bit closer. Oh god, now it's... Oh god, no, shit. Oh god. A little bit of panic there. Alright, let's... Mic dropped. Unintentionally. Right. Now I'm back. And now my keys are actually on the... My fingers are actually on the right keys. Right, yes, mineshafts and stuff. So, mineshaft down below with railway network that goes down, and then some air shafts that go down into the mine, so that if I need to get down into the mines, I can just open up a hatch and dive down and hopefully not die, like I almost did then. I would not have been a happy bunny, put it that way, had that happened. I've got to do a few bee-like checks, so bear with me, because of having to run so many things simultaneously. Just swap these bees over. Except for these ones. Right, so these are common bees, common cultivated. And what I'm trying to do is turn those into diligent bees, because I've already got imperial. So imperial bees are your sort of... Imperial and industrial bees are going to be your first tier of bee. It's used for... Well, it's used for specifically the infinity bee, which is this one here, the infamous infinity drone, which you do actually need for the power modules for gendustry, to actually get the proper gendustry machines that will allow you to build everything. This is basically the B version of the watering can in Skyblock. So once you've got that, you can then get your power modules and then breed up all those bees that you really wanted, like the one that makes dragon eggs, for example, or withering bees. And actually some of the withering bees, for example, with gendustry, you can use the various machines to have healing on them. So you can have withering bees that are making you wither skulls, but they're also healing you while they work. So that's it's really useful having gendustry around. I just need to check all these others. So breeding up some commons, unusuals, some nobles there, and those are my imperials. Right, go back and check all my other bits and pieces. God, so many. This map, so much stuff needs doing. Ooh, a new person. Hello, new person. Unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish, so Or is that Spanish? Italian? Oh, I've got into trouble for saying something like that before. Hello, anyway. Right. 2 people watching. Right. God. Sorry, I'm a little bit absent-minded today. I was checking my... I'll say today. Yeah, so that's fine. So bees, I've checked the bees, I've checked that. Reactors are running fine. So we can go back to making stuff with things. Right, I need torches. That's going to be too many. I don't need the dirt, the lapis, the torches. Yeah, this is a bit of a case of sorting chests in here. I do have a sorting system, a logistics pipe sorting system, but it's I don't know. I just prefer AE. just completely and utterly prefer AE. Oh, it's Portuguese. I knew I'd get it wrong. It's Infinity Skyblock, so if you know the FTB Infinity mod pack on the launcher, it's basically that, but the recipes are evil. So, for example, I mentioned applied energistics just now. I don't have an applied energistics system at the moment because I'll just show you the recipe for that, for the controller. That would be an easier way to do it. So the ME controller actually requires the Certus Quartz wrench, which looks like an easy craft until you can't go into it. So it does actually need 2 enhanced Galgadorian metals and 2 enriched I can't say any of this stuff. Sonorium alloys, which are not particularly easy crafts. Well, they are easy crafts. It's just time consuming. So yeah, it is like Agrarian Skies, but the recipes are a lot more evil. Agrarian Skies is just evil in a slightly different way. So yeah, it is a good pack. I must say, it does force you to learn new mods, definitely. With the way that the way that the systems go, I think Agrarian Skies is a little bit more focused on food production, whereas FTB Infinity, and I can turn all that off now. FTB Infinity is more tech based, I guess, or automation based, because there's nothing like, you know, there's no Hunger Overhaul mod on here, or the one that has diminishing returns on the food. But yeah, it's similar, and I do like my sky blocks, I have to say. Alright. I was sort of in the middle of thinking about something. Oh, you know what? Let's just do a quick tour. So you can kind of see, because some people here may not actually have seen my place before. So let's start in. So these rails here go all the way around. They will be part of the AE system once it actually gets implemented, if it actually gets implemented. So I've got quite a lot of satellite stations, and it'd be quite nice to have a rail system that goes all the way around, picking up the loot and then taking it to a central area where it can then be loaded in. I could do it with ender chests, admittedly, but it's rails. They're more awesome. Big reactor, of course. These things can be a little bit of a pain to build, but at the moment it's just being used for my bee system, but it will be used for the MFR lasers, which are actually quite easy to build in this. I was slightly surprised when I saw the recipe. The only annoying bit is the pink slime, but that's going to require some more animals to do. So I've got a sort of a central magic-y area, Britannia, and a couple of few silverwood trees, great woods. They're not too difficult to get. You just kind of spawn a peck in and then trade with them. Some witchery trees as well. There's a witchery altar over there and blood magic altar. So this is more your sort of magic-y area, I guess, with some bees. And then got a little bit of a Thorncraft area going on over here. It's not colossal, sort of a general Thorncraft construction area. And then all my crops, which, and this was fun. These are all the crops that you need to make the watering can. It's a little bit of an interesting craft, to say the least, but well worth it. Now, it requires an awful lot of crafting. Britannia's not bad. It's quite a useful mod to learn, because especially in something like this, for example. So I've got redstone plants down here. It's part of Agricraft, but I don't have any glowstone plants yet, and I can't really be bothered to make them, considering that I can just make glowstone like this, and that's needed then for making draconium for draconic evolution, which is needed for some of the achievements. So yeah, it's one of those reasonably useful mods for various little applications. You can make bees with it as well, which is rather nice. I've got this hyacinth here, which uses mana from the adjacent mana pools and creates drones and princesses just out of mana, so that's been quite useful. So yeah, it's just one of those mods that's quite useful to learn. This is a tier 5 blood magic altar with a well of suffering above it. So all the mobs that spawn in the dark room down here are bled for my altar, which, yeah, it's got varying uses. At the moment it's not particularly useful. I need better blood orbs, but a lot of that is just a case of time. Witchery, just down here. Haven't dabbled with witchery that much, I must say. The one that I really used it in was regrowth. If you're looking for a sort of a decent sort of beginner quest-based pack, I guess regrowth is pretty good. I certainly wouldn't recommend something like Banished or Crash Landing, though. Both of them are very fun. They are quite evil. So yeah, the regrowth is pretty good as sort of a beginner quest type thing, and hubris as well. Hubris is quite fun. You spawn in it's a completely built world, so it's not skyblock. It's a standard world, but everything's taint, and you use those mods to sort of push the taint back and sort of reclaim land. It's quite a fun mod pack, that one. Made by the same guy that did Banished, but Banished is a whole lot more evil. Right, tree farm over here. Spanish, yeah. Unfortunately, my Spanish is limited. Very, very limited. I did it in school ages ago, so unfortunately, I can't. My French is better than my Spanish. My French isn't that great. So I'm currently standing on the cheapest tree farm out there. Say something in Spanish. The only thing that I know in Spanish is "no entiendo," which I'm given to understand means I don't understand. So it's useful-ish, I guess. Okay, it's probably not that useful. I've been to Spain once, actually. I went there for a college trip ages ago. We went to a theme park down there in February. It's warmish. Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those random phrases that's lodged up in my brain somewhere. I don't know any other Spanish, unfortunately. But yeah, if I had to learn a language for all the people that that watch my channel, I'd be a multilinguist. I'd be fluent in Russian. Oh yeah. At least with written Italian, you can kind of get the gist of what someone's saying, because they are, reasonably similar. Russian, ugh. That's always fun to translate, trust me. Right. Where was I? Yeah, cheapest tree farm in the game is the forestry tree farm. It only needs power, water, fertilizer. It's the multi-farm block. It's not that one. It's these. So you need the farm block, the gearbox, the hatch, the valve. You don't need the control block, and then the rest of it's just farm blocks around it. Rather useful actually for when you're trying to make a lot of dirt, funnily enough. Dark zone, which is where all my mobs spawn, and I actually mean for them to spawn there. It's just an unlit area, so that if I need a specific type of mob, I can go there at night and find something that I need to murder. So yeah, that's actually been quite useful in the past. So. And then yeah, a couple of mob farms. I've been slowly expanding these to allow for more powered spawners from Ender.io. But at the moment I'm just doing Enderman. And there's a wither skeleton one down here as well, which unfortunately also makes charged creepers and cave spiders. Very, very simple. If you're planning on doing a skyblock and it's got witch water in, if you put skeleton in witch water, and it can just be on the ground, they'll turn into wither skeletons, and then you can murder them for their skulls and bones. So yeah, and get a fair amount of bones out of these. Way too many to really need, but the skulls is what I need. Down there is my wither farm. Basically spawn wither, kill wither. It may look like cobble. It's not. It's warded with a 1 focus from Thorncraft. So on the inside is mostly reinforced stone with some reinforced obsidian. And then I gave up and just use... Hello! Deadly Waffle. There's 3 people watching this rather rubbishy live stream. Come on, it's Sunday night. You should be out, I don't know, doing something, surely. Instead, you're watching YouTube, so hello, people. Yeah, so all of this is warded. Spawn wither in here, murder wither. I can't do that at the moment because I've got no wither skulls. Right, and then we've just got the reactors and my storage area, which is just full of uranium. When I'm talking about full of uranium, that's what I mean by full of uranium. We've got rather a lot of uranium blocks. RTG down there. Yeah, so basically what I'm going to be doing today is a bit of construction. I'm going to try and do as much of it in the daytime as possible, because at night I tend to check my various systems. I guess New Zealand? No, I'm good. I'm good for graphic art at the moment. yeah, thanks for the offer anyway, but I'm fine for, well, my graphical art skills leave a lot to be desired personally, but I'm a Brit actually. I'm not New Zealand. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good for graphical art at the moment. But thanks for the offer anyway. My accent is quite. It's actually a London accent, so it's reasonably, I guess, neutral. Plus, I'm quite tired, so it's quite gravelly today. Drinking lots of water because I haven't really drunk much today. So yeah, I'm a little bit parched. Well, not parched, but just a little bit gravelly today. Not as smooth as I might otherwise be. Right, yeah, so at night I tend to just kind of check my iridium production and bees. I need to check my bees again. Brits from Doctor Who, yeah. We're a little bit more. I think with a lot of TV programs, you don't get a typical British accent because from London, because there's so many different accents, you kind of end up with a reasonably, I guess, neutral accent. Whereas if you go up into Birmingham, it's going to be quite. There's going to be a definite sort of Birmingham sort of way of speaking, and Liverpool. You can pretty much work out from which city various people are from their accents. It is very, very different. I guess very much like how American accents are actually quite varied. Yeah. Yeah, he's Scottish. He hides it quite well, I must admit. Bees. The bane of my existence, but they've got to be done. Yeah, I think the new one's Scottish as well. Name who eludes me at the moment. Not basically because I don't really think the new Doctor Who's been particularly that great, but yeah, I think he's Scottish as well. From the actual north. I'm a Londoner, so anything north of the M25 consists of the north as far as I'm concerned. Alright, let's build stuff because it's dull. I need skeletons. I need to find my cleaver. Yeah, so I need that on my. Right. So down here is going to be the caves, and the caves are literally to spawn bats. Just light this area up for the moment. It's not going to be looking particularly pretty at the moment. But yeah, if people like these sort of random streams that I do, I might start actually scheduling them a little bit more, and maybe not even just doing Minecraft. I'd quite like to do some other games at some point. I do quite like it's the reasonably interactive experience between me and the chat. So. Yeah, it's a little bit more feedbacky, I guess. Alright, so these are my squid pools. They can live there. I need to let's get that up a little bit more. So, but I've got to add for the floor. So floor 3 high, and then yeah, okay. because I'm actually going to detail it using smooth stone rather than this. This is just to kind of get a little bit more of a rough guide, as it were. I'll probably go on for about another half an hour. I'm not particularly used to sort of doing these long streams, so it's probably a terrible idea, me looking up and not looking down. So yeah, I'll probably do this till 10:30 or so, and then stuff. So if anybody's come on here and they want to know about nuclear reactors or Britannia or anything like that, feel free to ask. I don't mind doing a quick tutorial of something that somebody doesn't quite understand. Give me a random number between 0 and 40. 398. That's probably not particularly useful, is it? 17. Waifu? What's a waifu? Is that some Chinese thing? No, I don't. Not exactly the sort of question I expected. I expected something reasonably complicated about nuclear reactors. Oh well, each their own. This is 34. Are you? Oh, I see. So you kind of do free graphical art from channel to channel, yes? Yeah. That's kind of awesome. Yeah, yeah, I might also be doing some dev streams at some point as well. So if you're interested in games design, I'll kind of try and set things up so I can do some live stuff. Mostly at the moment, it'll probably mostly be modelling, but might have to do some. Thank you for subbing. Yeah, I might be doing some, as I said, I might be doing some game stuff on here, which may interest you a little bit more than Minecraft. So, thanks for subbing anyway. It's all a bit of a new. Well, it's not really a new. Well, it's sort of. It's certainly a bit of a new thing to actually have people in the chat. Because as I said, I've done some Twitch stuff before, but it's really irritating trying getting people over. Yeah, see you later. Might see you on a future stream. Good luck. Actually, my voice is going a little bit rubbishy, so yeah, I might stop in a few minutes, just because yeah, my voice isn't doing too well. Excellent. These times are usual. Don't really know what my times are going to be. I will probably be doing something a little bit earlier. I don't know yet. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of just still experimenting a little bit. So, yeah. I hope to see you all again at some point. So, yeah. I'm just ambling around, not really doing very much now. So yeah, might just end it here. Yeah, so I've done 45 minutes now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the stream here because I'm not really doing very much. I'm just ambling around and it's a little bit dull. So thanks to everybody who's watched. Yeah, I'm still running some tests, so it'll all be a little bit up in the air. But thanks for everyone that's sort of given feedback and chatted and just generally did stuff. So yeah, you're all awesome. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching this stream, and I hope to do some more interesting stuff at a later date, and I'll see you next time. Let's hit this.